Okay, you.
Yes,
Can you hear me?
yes.
Where did I stop? Yesterday you were here, right?
Yes, sir.
Where were we?
We are at page 120.
Students book. 120. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 0. And we have finished number B.
Yes, sir.
And how about C? Hyperbole.
Yes, we have
Yeah,
finished small A.
hyperbole, yes. How about cliche? So it's not very different. It is the same as hyperbole. Overused expressions, that is called cliche. Can you tell me some overused expressions? We have already discussed hyperbole. Some are related to overused expressions.
And last paragraph, the whole episode lasted 50 minutes, but seeing yes loud.
It is hyperbole, but it is not cliche. I will give you example. Even before first paragraph, last line. Even before I looked, I knew what I would see, a polar bear. That is a kind of cliche. Do you see that?
Yes.
And another expression, second paragraph, third line. What kind of heart? You see? That line, do you see that?
Yes. With a pounding heart.
Yeah, so pounding. That is the overused expression. That is called cliche. Can you find one more expression? It's not finished yet. In that paragraph, another sentence. Second paragraph, another one. Can you find?
Who was Nelly and Savagari that caught my breath?
Yeah, that caught my breath. That caught my breath. Any other? The last paragraph. The last paragraph.
And I go deep down inside a real satisfaction.
Not the last paragraph. I have given you the prompts. Overuse expression. Mind numbing.
Hyperbole.
Mind numbing fear. That still grip me. Mind numbing fear. That still grip me. That is cliche. And that is all for 8C. I will go to 8D. 8D. I want you to read the introduction part. Jungki, could you please read page 120, text 8D?
The 1-to-1.
Oh yeah, 1-to-1. Sorry. The 1-to-2.
Text 80 is a description of the process of yam planting in Eastern
Nigeria.
From the novel Things Fall
Novel things.
Apart by
Chinua Achebe.
Set at the end of the 19th century.
Do you know yam, by the way?
Like below peanut.
Oh yes, correct. It is a kind, but in Burmese not below. Pay
Like sinh sao, no?
No,
Pay.
pay. That is called yam. So you are going to learn a description of the process of yam planting in Nigeria. All right. I want you to read the whole passage to get general idea. I want you to read it quickly. Later, I will let you do number 9A. True or false? First of all, please read quickly. Okay. Junki King, let's start reading.
After the week of peace came and his family began to clear the bush to make new farms. That bush was left to dry and fire was then up to it. As the smoke rose into the sky, kites appeared from different directions and hovered over the burning field in silent meditation. The rainy season was approaching when they would go away until the dry season returned.
Yeah. The week of peace, after the week of peace, after relaxing, every man and his family, the writer's family, the men from the writer's family began to clear the bush. They prepare to grow crops, to clear the bush, to make new farms. The cat bush, the cat bush was left to dry and fire was then set to it. It means the cat bush was left to dry. The leaves, the branches, they were dry. They were left in the field to make them dry. And then after that, fire was then set to it, burn it. And then as the smoke rose into the sky, kites appeared from different directions and hovered over the burning field in silent validation. As the smoke rose into the sky, the smoke from the field rose into the sky, and then kites appear from different directions and hovered. They fly over the burning field in silent validation. It means they will leave. The rainy season was approaching when they would go away until the dry season returned. The rainy season, when the rainy season was near, they would go away. Right? That way. And let's go to the second one.
Okay. Okonkyo spent the next few days preparing his seed yam. He looked at each yam carefully to see whether it was good for sowing. Sometimes he decided that a yam was too big to be sown as one seed, and he split up it deftly along its launch with his sharp knife. His elder son, Nui and Ikemifuna, helped him by fetching yams in lawn basket from the barn and encoding the prepared seed in group of 400.
That is the character. Okungu. The name of the character. Spent the next few days preparing his seed jams. Right? He prepared seed plantation for a few days. He looked at each yam carefully. When he grows, he checked the yams carefully, whether it was good for sowing. Sometimes he decided that a yam was too big to be sown as one seed, and he split it deftly along its length with his sharp knife. If it is big, he cut it into two parts. His eldest son, Mui, that is the name of his eldest son, and another one, Akimifuna, helped him. and the other named and his elder son helped him by fetching the yams in long baskets from the barn and in counting the prepared seeds in groups of 400. So one checking the yam, his son and Akimifuna helped him. Right up to that. Okay, go on. Yonki can go on sometimes.
Sometimes Okunko gave them a few yams each to prepare, but he always found fault with their effort, and he said so with Miss
Threatening.
Inwardly, Okunko knew that the boys were still too young to understand fully the difficult art of preparing 6 yams, but he thought that one could not begin too early. Yam stood for manliness, and who could feed his family on yam from one harvest to another was a very great man indeed. Okunko wanted his son to be a great farmer and great man.
You know, Okonwo gave them a few yams each to prepare. So, but he always found fault with their effort. So it means that his sons were not good at choosing yam. They were not that skillful. And he said so with much threatening. Inwardly, Okonwo knew that the boys were still too young to understand fully the difficult art of preparing seed yams. So it means that, he thinks that his sons were not that good, were still young to decide which yam is good, which yam is not suitable. And but he thought that one could not begin too early, so it shouldn't be one for choosing for choosing yam. It shouldn't be too hurried because it's important. Yam stood for manliness in their society, in their tribe. Choosing yam is important. It shows manliness, and he who could feed his family on yams from one harvest to another was a very great man indeed in their society. A man who could support his family from yam plantation work can be a good man, can be a great man. So Okumu wanted his son to be a great farmer and a great man. So he wanted his sons to be successful, to be skillful in jam plantation. Go on. Keep going. Some days later,
Okay. Some day later, when the land had been moistened by 2 or 3 heavy rains, Kangil and his family went to the farm with basket of CDM, the hoes and machetes, and the planning began. They made singing mouths of art in straight line all over the field and sold the yam in them.
sold.
Sorry. So the yam in them. Yam, the king of crop, was
Stop.
a very exacting
Stop.
king.
Stop. Kiki, stop. One
Okay.
paragraph only. Some days later, when the land had been moistened by 2 or 3 heavy rains, the soil becomes wet, a bit wet, moistened because of wet rain. Oko and his family went to the farm with baskets of seed yams. After the rain, they prepared to sow the seeds. Their hoes and also merchandise and the planting began. They started growing plants. They made single mounds of earth in a straight lines all over the field and sowed the yam in them. So here you could see the picture 2. Here they made mounds of earth. Here and here you can see some plants. You can see some plants. That is called mounds of earth in straight lines all over the field and sowed the yams in them. All right, next paragraph.
Yam, the king of crops, was a very existing king for
Exacting king.
existing king for 3 or 4 months. It demanded hard work and constant attention from crow to the chickens. One by two rules, the young tendrils were protected from ring or sixty leaves. As the rain became heavier, the woman planted maize,
Maize.
melons, and beans. Between the young mounds, the yams were then stacked first with little stick and later with tall and big tree branches. The woman
Weeded.
weeded the farm 3 times at the
Definite periods.
definite periods in the life of the yam, neither early nor late.
Yam, the king of crops, was a very exciting king. So it is they called Yam the king of crops. And also for 3 or 4 months, it demanded hard work and constant attention from cockcrow. 3 or 4 months. It, at the beginning of plantation, they have to work hard work. So it means they had to work hard, and also they had to pay attention, right? They had to pay great attention. The young tendrils were protected from earth heat with rings of sisal leaves. As the rains became heavier, the women planted maize. In the previous paragraph, the mounds of earth. Between the mounds of earth, the women grow some plants too. The women planted maize, melons, and beans between the young mounds. It means like that.
These are monos make like admin like cone here.
Yeah, in the picture, you can see that. In the picture, look at the picture. That is for mound of earth. And then between the mounds, the women, they plant some crops like maize, melons, beans between the young mounds. The yams were then staked, first with little sticks and later with tall and big tree branches. It means how they grow. The women weeded the farm 3 times at definite periods in the life of the yams. So that is another task of the women. They weeded. Weeded means they get rid of the unnecessary plants. That is called weeded. Unnecessary plant. That is called weeded. Do you know the meaning of weeded in Burmese? How do you understand my weeded?
Like pew.
Huh?
Like
Weed. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Like
weeded the farm. Get rid of the unnecessary plants. That is called weeded. And next. Okay, that's all. Actually. Go to next paragraph. Junki can go on.
And now the
Now,
rain had really come, so heavy and
persistent that
persistent that even the village rainmaker no longer claimed to be able to
intervene.
intervene. He could not stop the rain now, just as he would not attempt to start it in the heart of the dry season without serious danger to his own health. The personal
Dynamism
dynamism required to counter the force of these extremes or whether
of
would be
weather.
far too great for the human frame.
Mm. Now the rains had really come. So it may be in the middle of the rainy season. So heavy, the rain becomes heavy and persistent. It rains every day. It means persistence means regular. That even the village rainmaker no longer claimed to be able to intervene. You know, in some societies, there is a rainmaker. If there is drought, the rainmaker has to create the rain. That is called rainmaker. But here, it rains regularly. The rainmaker doesn't need to create. It means like that. He could not stop the rain now, but the rainmaker could not stop the rain. It rains heavily, just as he would not attempt to start it in the heart of the dry season. During the dry season, if there is drought and most people long to have rain, at that time the rainmaker has to create the rain. But now, as it rains heavily, the rainmaker cannot create the rain. Similarly, it cannot stop or doesn't need to create the rain, but it cannot. The rainmaker cannot stop the rain. It means the personal dynamism required to counter the forces of the extremes of weather would be far too great for the human frame. So it means like the personal dynamism required to counter the forces of these extremes of weather. As the weather is quite extreme, right? The weather is quite extreme. It is quite good. Is very good for the human. They don't need to ask for help from the rainmaker to create rain. So it rains naturally. That is one. And the last one,
And so nature was not
interfered.
interfered with in the middle of the rainy season. Sometimes it poured down in such thin sheets of water that earth and sky seemed much in one great wetness. It was then uncertain whether the low rumbly or am- amid amateur
Amadioros.
amateur standard came from above or below, as such that in esoteric conflict that had a shape UMUFI
Or Umiopia.
UMUFI. Children sat around their mother cookie fire, telling stories, always their father in his overwhelming themselves
And
from a
log
long
fire.
fire, roasting and eating mice. It
Maze.
was
Maze.
It was a bright, rusty period,
Brief resting period.
brief rusty period between the existing and
After
adult
planting
twenty
season.
season and the equally existing but like
Hearted
hearted
month
mouth
of
of
harvest.
harvest.
So nature was not interfere with in the middle of the rainy season. In the middle of the rainy season, nature was not interfered. It means that it rained naturally, not created. Sometimes it poured down. Poured down means it rained. In such thick sheets of water that earth and sky seemed merged in one gray wetness. It means that it rains heavily. It was then uncertain whether the low rumbling of Amadio's thunder came from above or below. Sometimes there were storms. At such times, in each of the countless thatched heads of Umiophia, children sat around their mother's cooking fire, telling stories, or with their father in his obi warming themselves from a log fire, roasting and eating maize. Uh, Thatched heads means, the heads, the roofs of the roofs of the heads are made of thatch leaves. In villages, the roofs of the houses are made of leaves. That is called thatch. Children sat around their mother's cooking fire, telling stories that is about their free time activity, and with their father in his ubi warming themselves from a long fire, roasting and eating maize. They roast and eat maize that way. It was a brief resting period. They could rest that period between the exciting and arduous planting season. So between the two seasons, they could rest for a while. The equally exciting but light-hearted month of harvest. Light-hearted, they are quite excited and they are happy to during the month of harvest. All right, you know this reading briefly, and I want you to do exercise number 9. Work in small groups to answer the following questions about text 18. True, false. 1 to 10, you need to read the text and write true, false. Can you do it? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
You can read number 1. I will do it as an example.
Um, Kites go away for the drying season.
What do you think? Where do you see kites? Where do you see kites? In the Where do you see kites?
No, I didn't see.
Eh?
First paragraph.
First paragraph. So, Ki, you could find kites. So, could you please read out that sentence?
Uh, okay. As the smoke rose into the sky, kites appear from different direction and hovered over the
Hovered,
burning field in
hovered
silent
over,
meditation.
hovered over the burning field in silent validation. So the rainy season was approaching. It says like that. When they would go away, they means kites would go away until the dry season returned. So it says kites go away for the drying season. Is it correct?
I think false.
Yes, correct. It is false. Kites, in this case, kites mean a kind of birds. You know that?
Yes.
Mhm. So it says the rainy season was approaching when they would go away until the dry seasons returned. So according to this, it must be false. Can you try the rest? Finished.
Oh, yes.
Mm. So number 2, yung read.
And Okunko was not impressed by the skill of the boy.
Mm. True or false?
True.
True. Why?
Uh,
Yeah, it is true. Correct. Why?
yes. He only found fault with their effort.
Yes. Third paragraph, right? Sometimes Okunwo gave them a few yams. Look at that paragraph. In that paragraph, second line, he always found fault with their effort. So according to this, was not impressed. Okay, number 3, key.
Or can you believe one is never too young to start learning about young planning?
Mm.
True.
Why?
Um, or can you knew that the boys will stay too young to understand fully the difficult art of preparing seed yam? Sorry, false.
One is never too young to start learning about
Yes,
jam planting. But it says like,
it's false, I think.
yeah,
Yes.
it is false. Okay, go to next.
Uh,
Number
men,
4.
men are judged by how good they are at growing yams.
True or false?
I think true.
Yes. Where?
Yams do for manliness.
Yes, correct. And next, number 5.
Okay, yam should be planted in dry soil before the rain come.
Mm.
I think it's true.
Number 5 is true. Wrong.
Oh,
It
yes,
must
I think
be
true.
false.
Why?
Yams should, yeah, yams should be planted in dry soil before the rains come.
Okay.
Wait. Some days later, when the land had been moistened by 2 or 3 heavy heavy rains, Okon and his went to the farm with baskets of seed yams. Mm. Oh wait, key. Yams should be
Yeah.
planted in dry soil. How do you understand by this? It's obvious.
အဲ့လိုဆိုးဆွတ်တဲ့မြေမှာပဲစိုက်ရအောင်
စိုက်ခဲ့တင်တာ
စိုက်ခဲ့တင်တယ် okay.
before the rains come. But according to the passage, when do they grow yam? In the first paragraph, also the rainy season was approaching, and they spent the next few days preparing his seed yams. And when they moisten, when the soil becomes moistened, they start growing, sowing yam. So according to this, yams should be planted in dry soil before the rains come. Is it true or false?
I think true.
Yams should be planted in dry soil
before the rain come.
before the rains come. But here in the paragraph,
Yes. The raining season was approaching when they would go away until the dry season returned.
and yeah, you need to continue reading. And next paragraph, where do they start?
Um, they start from, I think,
When the soil becomes moistened, they start growing and they start their plantation. So it means that only in the rainy season they do, not in the dry season. It
okay,
is normal too. So according to this, should been should be planted. So it is wrong, right? Yams
yes.
should be planted in dry soil. So it is wrong. Only when the soil becomes moistened, moistened means becomes wet, they start doing things. So according to this, it is false. How about number 6? E.
Yams need several months of hard work. It's, I
Mm.
think, true.
Why?
It can be, um,
How long?
uh, it need to be weeded the farm 3 times.
Hmm?
At definite
Where?
period in the life of the yams, neither early nor late. I think because of this fact,
And also how it says also like
I think it cannot be late or like early. It need to be like definite times.
no, it's that's according to the sentence, you need several months of hard work. Hard
It's
work,
mean every
concerning
man,
hard
right?
work. Not every month. Several months means some months.
Or someone. I think it's false.
Yes, some
Yeah.
months. It is true. The answer is correct, but your reason is wrong. I saw it. Where did you see moons?
Page 122.
Mm,
Second paragraph. For 3 or 4 months is demanded hard work.
mm. Yeah, I'm searching for that. When I explain, I pointed out that.
That paragraph.
Huh? 1 to 2.
I
Oh,
just
which
wanted
line?
to uh
Moons. Oh, yes. Sec 1 to 2, second paragraph, second line. For
yes.
3 or 4 months, it demanded hard work. Do you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, 1 moon is round about 1 month. So 4 months it means about 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
So that is why it says like it jumps needs several months. Several months mean more than 2. So it means 3, 4 of hard work. Yeah, it is mentioned. So number 6 answer is true. 7.
Okay.
Chúng cái gì 7?
The woman do the reading of the yams is truth.
Yeah, where?
In that page, second paragraph, the
Mm.
woman read the farm 3 times.
Yes, correct. Go on. Key.
Okay. The rainmaker try in vain to stop the rain.
Mm.
It's fox.
Trying in vain to stop the rain. It is false. Why?
The village rainmaker no longer claimed to be able to advance. He couldn't stop the rain.
So it must be in vain to stop.
I,
It is false, right?
yes.
Try in vain to stop. Okay, next.
There
Number
was
9.
there was a few that had an
A
Umiophia
few touch hats.
and last paragraph.
Mm.
Big line, etc. in each of countless that had or Umiophia.
So
Countless.
countless mean a lot,
Yes.
but here it says a few. So it must be opposite, right?
False.
It is false. Go on the last one. Key, your turn.
Okay. Harvesting is less demanding than planting.
Mm.
I think it's the false.
Yes. Why?
Wait.
Why do you think it is false?
I didn't see what the fact is.
Wait, Hyunkin, what do you think? The last one. Do you think it is true or false? What is your opinion? Harvesting, harvesting, cutting, less
Yes.
demanding than planting.
I think truth.
It is true. Why? Then tell me why. Most students are confused. Look at the last paragraph because harvesting can be seen in last paragraph. The last part. It was a brief resting period between the exciting and artist planting season and the equally exciting but light-hearted month of harvest. Equally exciting. Exciting means demanding. But light-hearted month of harvest. So according to this, harvesting is less demanding than planting. What do you think? Equally exciting. Is it true or false? Hello. Equally demanding. It
Yes.
says like that. But in the given sentence, harvesting is less demanding.
Yeah, less
Comparison.
demanding.
But in the paragraph, it says equally demanding. The same, it means.
Yes.
So
I
according to
think
this,
false.
it must be
False.
false. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in the paragraph, it says equally demanding. But in the given sentence, it says less demanding. That is why it is false. Next, number B. Explain the meaning of the following phrases from the passage in your own words. How do you understand by this? There are these 3 expressions in the passage. The first one is silent validation. What does it mean? Silent validation. Silent means there is no noise. They leave from that place silently. So silent means noiseless. Validation means farewell. Noiseless farewell. Noiseless farewell. Because do you see in the first paragraph and the last part, hover over the burning field is silent validation. It means that, kites left from that place silently. That is called silent validation. So it means, please write down noiseless fairway. By the way, do you know fairway?
Show what?
I'm doing number B. Do you know
Yes, yes.
silent validation? Do you know the meaning of silent validation?
No, Sasuka.
Mm. So silent means noiseless. Validation means fairway.
Oh, yes. Like, no subscribe watch.
Mm. Noiseless fairway. It means. Noiseless fairway. How about number 2? A very exciting key. Page 1 to 2.
Making excessive or soft demand.
Exacting means demanding.
The morning here.
Yeah, in the second paragraph, page 1 to 2, the king of crops was a very exacting king. A very exacting king means, in this case, Sham is described as a very exacting king. It means extremely demanding. Extremely demanding. It needs hard work. So extremely demanding.
Yes.
King, it means ruler. Extremely demanding ruler. And personal dynamism.
Ability of people.
Individual ability.
Ah, yes.
Individual, physical,
Individual.
and physical force.
Physical
Because
force. Yeah.
personal, yeah. So please write down individual physical force. Individual physical force. That's it. So we are going to do 8F. 8F is important. I want to 8E. This one. This one is important. 8F. Yongking, could you please read the background information?
Task AF is a short story extract. In the extract, Nicholas disobeys his aunt and visits the forbidden
Forbidden
lumber
lumber
room
room.
in the attic, where he discovers an airy or
An
exotic
array of.
king from faraway place.
So here, what is the main character? What is the name of the main character?
Nicola disobey.
Nicholas. Nicholas only. So Nicholas disobeys his aunt. It means Nicholas didn't listen to his aunt's words. Didn't listen. It is called disobeys. And visits the forbid. What did Nicholas do? Nicholas visited the forbidden lumber room. Forbidden means the room was banned not to get in. That is called forbidden. Lumber room, room. Lumber means like disused. It is not used for many years. That is called lumber room. In the attic. In the attic, attic? Jungke, do you have an attic at your house?
Yes,
What is attic?
echo.
Hmm. Forbidden lumber room in the attic. So it means that there is a disused room in the attic where he discovers an array of exotic things. Exotic. How do you understand my exotic? What is the meaning of exotic?
Right.
Chucha.
Strange.
Yeah.
Strange and unusual. Things for far away places. So he discovered me, he found out some strange things in that unused room. There are some expressions that are new for you. You are also shown the picture here. I want you to read this test quickly. Later we will discuss. Okay, Yongki Geun. I will continue this lesson tomorrow, right? Any question?
No, Jack.
I will stop here. Bye bye.
Bye bye.